Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at tablemon. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you're liking the new thumbnails in the videos. I've been working with some digital artists to help with those, so if you like them, let me know. But we have Lugia VSTAR, the deck that won the big Fukuoka Champions League tournament, the first post-rotation tournament in Japan. And Lugia has been all the rage. People are so happy or so sad that Lugia is back in some form or shape. And I think the deck is really powerful. And of course, it's all thanks to Cinccino. Cinccino is the main star in the deck. The special ball attack doing 70 damage for each special energy attached to it. With 4, you're doing 280 damage. That's not a double 2-row in order to 1 KO any V-stars. And with 5, you're doing 350 damage, or even if you have a double 2-row, 330 damage, which is enough to KO or to 1 KO Charizard EX in a single hit, which obviously is one of the biggest threats in the current metagame. Now, outside of this Cinccino, we have the Master Ball spec, a new tool for the deck to help increase the consistency a little bit. We lost Professor Burnett, now we have to play a copy of Jacq, and Master Ball helps a little bit to just find the right Pokemon at the right time, which Capturing Aroma wishes it could half the time, and Great Ball wishes it could by looking deeper into the deck. So having the Master Ball wildcard is pretty nice. I have seen lists be successful with both Maximum Belt and Prime Catcher as well. I'm not a big fan of the Prime Catcher in this list because even though of course you want to cost a lot, there isn't that much in terms of or there isn't that much help in terms of or rather, let me rephrase that. There's a lot of discard going on in this deck with Ultra Balls, with Research, with Serena, so that can be a little problematic, and that's why either Master Ball or Maximum Belt I think makes sense. Maximum Belt can help Cinccino hit some numbers without spending too many energies, can make Lugia a more threatening Pokemon, can also maybe help Snorlax KO some basic EXs, so overall Maximum Belt definitely has its merit. I'm sticking with Master Ball for now, because that's the initial deck that did well in Japan. This is not the exact list, a few differences, but how about we jump into some games and try to get those pesky Archeops into a discard pile. Let's go.
If you want to support the channel, you can use code tablemon to get 5% off at Pokémon Store for your online codes, 10% off for your sealed product at Flipside Gaming, and 10% off on your aluminum accessories at TC Evolutions. Or if you're looking to buy singles or sleeves, you can fill up your cart and close the tab, then click on the affiliate link in the description and check out. That way you can support the channel over at TCG Player, Card Market, and Dragon Shield.
¿Eres de México y necesitas cartas de Pokémon? Busca Hyperbeam Cards en Facebook e Instagram. Y si estás en Tijuana, búscalos en el local C27 en el Centro Comercial Otay.
Alrighty, so I think we both mulliganed here. Now, I'm still unsure on whether going first or second is good with Lugia, because you really want to start attacking on turn 2, but also so many decks have such a threatening turn 1 going second. So I'm thinking Lugia might want to choose to go second, but honestly not entirely sure. That's a pretty good top deck for sure. So I'm not gonna do anything else because here's the thing, right? And this is my logic at least. I will attach though. But like, why am I not playing the Capturing Aroma? Because I could top deck an Archeops, right? But if I Capturing Aroma, flip heads, grab an Archeops, that's one less Archeops in the deck. And if I get Iono'd, that's one Archeops at the bottom of the deck, right? So I don't want to thin an Archeops, I want to top deck an Archeops, and I also don't want an Archeops at the bottom in case I get Iono'd. And if I flip tails, I can go grab Lumineon to grab Jacq, to grab 2 Archeops, to then Ultra Ball away for a Lugia VSTAR, and then I'm good to go. So I also have now a very real possibility to just outright win here. If I flip tails and Lumineon isn't priced, I win. If I flip heads, I also win. So Lumineon is available. Is the Jacq available? Jacq is available. So that's gonna be it, because my opponent just did not get anything else. I don't know what they're playing, but overall, this is the sort of like mental gymnastics that you need to do with Lugia in order to make sure that you can maximize your chances of getting the double Archeops in the discard pile. Of course, I was able to do so, and not much to learn from the matchup, of course, but choosing when to play or not to play a card can be very, very important and very key. On to the next one. Alrighty, so we're gonna start now with Minccino, and we're up against a Lost Box deck. Alright. Why is my card highlighted blue? Alright, my opponent going first. Not gonna complain too much about that. I actually have a very, very solid hand. I have the double Archeops guaranteed, and Capturing Aroma if I flip heads, grab Archeops, Ultra Ball for Lugia, and then just call for family. If I flip tails, grab a Lugia, Ultra Ball away, Serena and Archeops for another Archeops, and then research, and then call for family. So not too shabby, honestly, not too shabby. This matchup, Snorlax will be very important. I don't know what this blue thing is. Look, I have no idea what the blue thing is, but all good. Artisan allows me to go search for the Snorlax, which is awesome for sure. No need to bench Lumineon, which is not only a liability, but also a potential, yeah, it's just a liability. Now, my potentially biggest worry here would be my opponent going boss KO my Lugia V, right? So I do have to factor in how likely that possibly can be. I'm guessing not very likely without a Colress, but the issue is they can Colress and cost now thanks to Prime Catcher. So that is something to keep in mind. And now with the Raikou and the Force Seal Stone, it's even more likely. So I might have to bench a second Lugia just based off of that. So then, I mean, I have the Color family, right? But I might need to bench a second Lugia because of that situation. That's a very certain Lugia. I did place Lugia, so good thing. All right. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Did I price? I think I priced 4 energy. No, 3. I priced 3 energy. All right. All good though. So let's start with a Capturing Aroma. We are going to flip tails. That is all right. Gonna go grab a Lugia, which is perfectly fine. And then, I mean, Minccino will be important. I kind of want to take the risk though, because what they have 2 cards in a lost zone. They need Colress, that's 4, double Comfey, that's 6. So then they need to find a 7th, find the Mirage Gate, and find the Prime Catcher, which they're guaranteed at least one of those off of the Force Seal Stone. Yeah, I think I should still play it safe. I'm not very happy about that though. Not super happy about that, but it is what it is. All right, so I'm gonna go discard that, just grab another Archeops, and then I'll go ahead and attach a Mist Energy to Minccino. And I would have loved to just bench another Minccino possibly, but I think I'm gonna bench another Lugia. I think it's a safe play to make, and it's very important that I do make it, so it is what it is. I know my hand's probably not gonna get attacked. Lost Box decks, if they play Roxanne, obviously that can't work anytime soon. But just Artisans for the Cramorant. That doesn't mean they don't or they won't be able to knock out my Lugia, but it does indicate that they know that it's not as simple, and they might just go after the Minccino. Keeping track of your opponent's energies and super odds being used sometimes allows you to know what sort of play you can expect or hope they make. So they do V-Star, I'm guessing, for the Colress. right? That's what you would expect. Hasn't been played yet. Not fully blinked out deck. Gold items when possible, but that's it. Alternate art cards when possible. I always find it like super interesting on how people choose to blink their decks. I personally don't like gold item cards. Where I choose to blink is with full art supporters and foil energy, and that's it. You know? Nothing fancy with the Pokemon, nothing fancy with the item cards. This person has fancy Pokemon, fancy item cards, holo energies, but no go on the supporters. Maybe they don't have the credits yet, or maybe they're just maybe they're just not bothering. All right, so 6 cards in the Lost Zone. Everyone will take the first knockout. Actually, now that's 8 cards in the Lost Zone, which is pretty good for them. But no Mirage Gate or anything of the sort, so I'm definitely gonna take the KO here with Snorlax, make things a little complicated for my opponent. I'm just gonna promote the Snorlax. I was gonna promote something else and then Jet, but that's just attached to the active Pablo. Seriously. Okay. Losing a Cinccino, not the best, not the worst. I have 2 others, so it's fine. Definitely want to bench a Minccino this turn. And then in order to help with that, I think I will power up. You could actually get a Cinccino into play with Lugia. I will power up my Snorlax preemptively with just... I mean, my Snorlax is definitely going down, right? If my Snorlax didn't go down, that means my opponent ghosted something else. And if I really need to wake up, I'll just Primal Turbo for the Therapeutic. And then I'm going to power up the Lugia with a Gift and a V-Guard. Don't see any reason why not. If it gets ghosted, then it's a 2-for-2 prize exchange. If I manage to bench a Minccino, it could be a 2-for-1 prize exchange in possibly my favor, and I will be able to bench a Minccino, whether I flip heads or tails here. I do flip heads. I could also evolve. So evolving into the Lugia V-Star prevents a free prize amp you very much. So I think, yeah, so just changing my mind on the fly. Really do want to bench that Minccino though. So I'm gonna get rid of these 2. Keeping the energy. Maybe the energy would have been the card to get rid of. Maybe the boss. Maybe I'll regret discarding that boss. I don't know. But for now, we match KO for KO. And all good. Another play that maybe I could have done last turn instead of going Call for Family was just Jet into Lugia and read the wind. Maybe not, but definitely gonna try and focus on single pricers at this point. I do wake up, which is pretty funny, and we'll see what my opponent has coming up next. I would love to be able to Iono my opponent at some point soon. I think that it might not be easy for me to get a Cinccino to try and get a KO on that Raikou with my single price Pokemon. And yeah, I think that might be the tough part next turn, which I don't need to do it, but it would be nice. Especially an Iono KO would be the dream, right? That would most definitely be the dream. Alrighty. So we see the Nest Ball. Sableye. Could KO Minccino, sure. And then I just KO Sableye. Bench another Minccino. I do play 4 Minccino, which I don't think has been very standard as of late. We'll see. Does seem like that's gonna be my opponent's plan. Could also go 6 and 6 on the Archeops to then follow up with a knockout with the Greninja. Absolutely could do that. That seems to be the plan. So Here's why I don't like this plan. This is quite literally announcing what you're going to do, right? Next turn. So not only can I now chase down the Greninja to force more resources out of my opponent, force a Super Rod, which they're down 2. Like, I don't know, now I get 4 extra energy in play to power up my Pokemon, which honestly might just be fine. And then this might just delay whatever my opponent's trying to accomplish. So I will preemptively prepare for that. So I will attach extra energies to my Pokemon for sure. With my Archeops, I would love to be able to evolve the Minccino because it is clearly still in range. This will distract my opponent from the Archeops as well, a little bit, I guess, not too much. Oh, actually, never mind. With the Mist Energy, I can actually protect the Minccino. I just realized that. That's awesome, right? The Mist Energy, I could have even attached the Mist Energy to an Archeops, but all good. I can't protect from the Greninja. I can't protect from the Sableye. That would be really funny. But yeah, Mist Energy, prevent all effects of attacks but used by your opponent's Pokemon done to the Pokemon this card is attached to. So Minccino is actually 100% immune to the Sableye at this point in time. Now, did I wake up again? Did I actually flip 2 heads? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I flipped. I'm on a 4 heads streak here. That's insane. Alrighty, so would love to Iono my opponent at some point. However, they're down to 6 cards. Thankfully, no more Kyogre, right? So if my opponent had gone 3-on-3 on the Lugias into a Kyogre, that's still not enough to win, however, but... So my opponent can take 1 prize this turn, which is honestly not a big deal. I might just end up retreating this Snorlax, honestly, and going Serena KO the Raikou next turn. That feels safe-ish off the Serena, and then even if there's an Iron Hands that goes Arm Press, knock out the Lugia, that activates the gift, and then hopefully I can find a Cinccino and close out the game. We do see a Counter Catcher onto an Archeops, which just makes my life that much easier. And yeah, I feel like my opponent's playing the game. Someone told them, or they know, oh, Lugia is a good deck and it relies on Archeops. So you should definitely KO their Archeops, right? And it's like, yes, that is true. However, Stadium though. That is true. However, realistically, if they already have all the energies they could possibly want in play, then that's not quite great, right? All right, so let's think this through. I need to retreat. I have the energy. I need another energy for the Lugia because of the Temple of Sinnoh at this point in time. So I'm going to do this one here. And then the double turbo here. And then I'm going to retreat. And then by removing the stadium, my opponent might forget. All right. So let's go after this friend. Let's just go Tempest Dive. My Minccino, once again, is safe. I'm down to 2 prize cards. Like, it's safe from Sableye. Still no Iono though. My Archeops will go down. I feel like I have enough energy to close out the game, especially with the price differential that I'm at. If my opponent knocks me out with Iron Hands, I just need to go all in on the Minccino play to get a knockout. If my opponent knocks out the Archeops, they're down to 3 prizes. I just knock out the Sableye. I have Snorlax as a follow-up, so I should be fine. I feel like I'm far ahead enough to where I can play with no Archeops, and that's completely okay. And now my opponent might also maybe miss. They might use Greninja here. That's probably their best play, right? If they can use Greninja this turn to knock out both Archeops and Minccino, that is most definitely their best play. Because then they can use either Iron Hands or Raikou to knock out my Lugia, right? And that seems to be their plan, which makes a lot of sense. So I've been letting them just basically play with their whole deck in their hand, which is not ideal. And they find the Rush Gate off the Roxanne. They might have, yep, just enough energies for their Greninja. What else did they put back with the Subrod? Just Greninja and water. Interesting. All right. So they still managed to get the 2 prizes. That's completely okay. All right. I don't want to have a 2-prizer exposed in the active. Now I'm definitely in a little bit of a shaky situation. It will shuffle up my deck. Iono here would be perfect, but I'm just gonna go ahead and retreat into the Snorlax. I have a way to wake it up. I also have the energy to get the last attack off, so not gonna bench. Well, I mean, even if I could, I wouldn't, but I can't bench anything else to not increase the damage that a potential Raikou could do. So here comes the potential final turn. Now the issue being if there's a Roaring Moon played or if there is an Iron Hands played, both of which are very common in this deck. That could be a problem because I can't knock either of those Pokemon out now. So yeah, not fantastic. Not fantastic. Alright, just retreats though. So I guess they're relying on the sleep, right? But I also need to remain asleep for more than 1 turn because they don't 2-hit KO the Lugia. But the Jet's gonna do it for me. And as you saw with the Archeops, right, I was purposely not attaching the Jets to conserve that resource in case it was ever needed, and turns out it was. I could have also played the Collapsed Stadium, but my opponent has already shown to have played the Temple of Sinnoh, so having a counter to that was very important. And we are able to walk away with a very hard-fought win. Yeah, my opponent definitely made it closer than, or as close as it could have been. Maybe using the Iron Hands, maybe setting up the Iron Hands, I think could have been a solid play, but all good. Yeah, all good. And on to the next one. All right, so we lose a coin flip, probably gonna end up going first, which we don't dislike, but it can also come with a little bit of risk. And all right, no, my opponent chooses to go first. Okay, could be a Lugia Mirror, could be playing Cardi. We don't know, but I'm happy to find my Call for Family friend. And that's why I like having 4 of them in the deck. Yeah, higher chances to start with them. And that's always nice. All right, so Manaphy in the active. Could be Lost Box, could be Giratina, could be Arceus with weird Manaphy, could be Charizard Beeperl maybe, or it could be Goldengo, sure. Goldengo. All right, so not their best start, which is completely fine. All right, I do flip heads. I actually wanted tails, because if I flip tails, I could grab Lumineon for Jacq and then Call for Family for Lugia and another Minccino, and then with the Jacq grab double Archeops and then just research them away next turn. Now that I flipped heads, definitely very much asking to just grab the Archeops and research. It is a lot of resources that I am researching away, but not much I can do. One good thing about my opponent's hand or start is they didn't attach energy, which means retreating and attacking might not necessarily be simple for them next turn. Now, not the greatest follow-up hand. Didn't get like any pieces, but did get double Ultra Ball, so I should be able to get the double Archeops plus Lugia, since I already have one Archeops in the discard pile. So we'll see if that ends up happening. I could also get Iono'd. I definitely haven't seen too many Goldengo post-rotation lists so far, so we'll see if that... I mean, I know they normally play Roxanne, but so far I haven't seen too many Ionos in those decks. It doesn't make sense, right? Because you need so many cards accumulated. All right, but there's a Cypher friend. Honestly, that could be Prime Catcher plus Earthen Vessel, and then all of a sudden they wreck me and knock out my Lugia, and then I'm in trouble because I was greedy and didn't bench a second Lugia. I think that's, once again, like I mentioned in the first game, like one of the nuances or the interesting things about this deck is knowing when your Lugia is threatened enough to where you need to go out of your way to bench a second one, like in the previous game, or knowing when you can very confidently afford not to. We do see the Prime Catcher onto the Lugia. There's the second Goldengo. There's no way their hand... They need exactly 6 energies. There's no way their hand is Earthen Vessel plus 4 energies. Although it might be because they just discarded that Puffin. Oh my gosh, am I actually gonna get KO'd? They have 5 energies? They didn't attach energy. Oh, well, now they have 4. They need 6 energies total. Now they have 4. No way. No way. Oh, okay. Jeez. Pardon me. Alrighty, so now we have 3 Ultra Ball. Wait, did I have 3 Ultra Ball? Alright, I have double Cinccino. So that Goldengo should be a gunner for sure, right? I'm gonna go ahead and Ultra Ball away Snorlax and Serena for Archeops, and then I'm gonna go ahead and Ultra Ball away Archeops and the Therapeutic. Actually no, I need the energy for the Lugia VSTAR because I need 2 energies. I need 1 Archeops to help me retreat, and then I need the other Archeops to power up 2 energies plus the attachment 280 KO. If my math doesn't fail me, which I'm fairly certain it doesn't. I could also just attach a double turbo to Minccino, right? And that's 260 damage, I believe. So I could do that. Having a double Cinccino in hand is also incredibly broken, but yes, that energy I 100% needed in this case. All right, I can definitely afford that. I kind of want to do the double turbo. I feel like that is right. 4 times 7, 28 minus 2. All right. Yeah, that should be enough. I'm pretty sure. All right, I'm gonna retreat so my opponent thinks, oh, this person thinks the double turbo counts as 2. But no, this person doesn't think that. This person can actually do math and by this person, I'm me, to 60 perfect numbers. And now my opponent cannot go after my Archeops. They could go after the other Cinccino, but then I don't need to power up, so then that plays around the gift. But I don't need another hand. I don't need cards in my hand. I have everything I need in play to win the game. Now, I don't know what the other 3 cards in my opponent's hands were, but they chose not to body Puffin. So whatever they were, it's a very weird choice that they didn't just do exactly that, but last turn. Like, I don't know what else they could possibly have. Lady is gonna get them cards from their deck. All right, I mean, I'm guessing that was one of them. And sure, they get a knockout, I get another 2 prizes, and now all of a sudden I'm 3 prizes ahead, looking pretty good. Now, the problem-ish is I will need my 3rd Cinccino. That is like the one thing that's possibly stopping me right now. I wonder what the psychic energies are for though, because they're not playing water, they're playing metal and psychic. I don't pretend to be familiar enough with Goldengo to know why they have that. I generally have no clue whatsoever why they have the psychic energies, because the Gimmigholes don't need, right? Then the Gimmigholes do not need any sort of wow, that's so many energies. All right, that actually does put me in a little bit of a pickle now. I might need another Lugia to attack with. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try Pokestop. Hopefully I don't discard that Cinccino. Well, alrighty. I drew so many energies, I just discarded 2 more. Yeah, so now I'm actually running low on energies. That's actually really bad. Oh my gosh, that was... Alright, first off, I should have done Primal Turbo first, but I might just lose because of all the energies I just discarded. And the Iono, because... Well, and all the energies I drew. Everything is just not going great. Alright. So I'm going to discard these 2. Those are the last energies I have in my deck. Alright, Lumineon. Definitely need the Lumineon. However, I don't have enough energies to finish the game. I priced a lot, right? So 9, 13, 14, 15, 16. I don't have enough energies to win this game now. I actually don't have enough energies to win this game anymore, I don't think. That is insane. Alright, the Master Ball helps. The Mist Energy also helps. So what I need to do here is A, not get... Well, actually, I mean, the Roxanne wouldn't be the end of the world. Getting Roxanne wouldn't be the end of the world, but what I need to do is Lumineon into Iono and hope that my opponent doesn't have the Dunsparce in play and just like isn't able to get a return KO on a fresh Lugia VSTAR, which I will be using with the Master Ball. I have no energy left in deck. I have 5 total energy available to me, so I cannot power up more than 1 Pokemon. It's do or die with the last Lugia because of using the Pokestop was just dumb. Yeah, if I hadn't used the Pokestop, I wouldn't be in this situation. So that was just silly on my part. No argument there. That was just dumb. I should have analyzed that further. Yeah, I should have contemplated whether it was worth using it or not a lot more. Yeah, 100% absolutely. I should have done that way better. All right. So when I Iono my... It's an Iono to 4 as well. So it's not that bad. Yeah. And going boss KO. Right, can I afford... I have 5 energy total. No, I can't boss KO because I have all my energies in my hand. Lost CD, that's fine. I could also... An alternate plan could be to just try to bench double Cinccino into Minccino, right? That could be the plan. So I feel like my opponent's chances of knocking me out are actually quite high. So yes, you are nice. We haven't seen my opponent play any sort of... yeah, no energy left. My opponent doesn't know that. And I have to Iono. There's no way I don't Iono here. Oh, well, never mind. There is a way. I don't have an Iono left. What? So my other Iono is in the discard pile. I lose. I absolutely lose this game. I drew all my energies. I cannot win this game anymore. I need my opponent to attack my hand. That's quite literally the only way I can maybe win. Oh, Dunsparce is free retreat, that's so broken. Alright, I don't think I'm winning this game. Because of that Pokestop and because I drew 4 energies with the gift. That's the real reason I'm gonna lose this game. So it was like that combined with Iono. And this 100% tells my opponent I don't have a lot going on. So, yeah, not great. Not great. I mean, obviously they have enough energies to retreat. They have used their Prime Catcher. I think I needed to promote Archeops actually. I promoted Archeops, they knock that out. Then I promote the other, and then I go attach to Minccino, pass. And they knock out the Archeops. The second Archeops, and then... No, they're down to 2 prizes. I would have needed a Snorlax. So I needed back to back single prize Pokemon. Oof. The Dunsparce also prevents deck out, which is insane. I don't see how I can win this game anymore. The only way I win is if my opponent attacks my hand. That's the only way I win. Okay, so second Superior Energy Retrieval. And you have to assume they play 4, right? So they will be able to get a knockout here. If I had been able to evolve also. Just like asking for a little bit more, right? Alright, that's probably all their energies though. And there's the boss. Yep, that makes sense. Yeah. That makes all the sense in the world. I mean, I got another boss to try to delay something. I can't see how I win. I really can't. Just try to make them have as many resources as possible. Tails to grab the Snorlax. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna grab the Minccino instead. Because there's still a chance they Iono or something. Alright, the Lugia also is nice. And then I'm just gonna bench this friend and attach to it again. Alright, I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think this can happen, but you never know. I'm just... No. Poor Mincinos are just dying left, right, and center. Only 2 superiors as well, and 1 Supra. Do I assume they have 2 and 1 more at least? I mean, that attachment is potentially good. Alright, so this is the plan, okay? This is the actual plan. I'm gonna promote Archeops and I'm gonna promote Lugia VSTAR. And that's as much as I can ask from them in terms of resources and a boss as well. Yeah. I mean, I'm also wondering if there was any merit to attaching to Lugia. And hoping they couldn't KO it. Very unlikely, I would say. One card left in deck. Decking out is my only plan. Third Superior Energy Retrieval. They get rid of Iono, which could have helped them. They did have a way to attack my hand, and they do play Iono as well. So, can you use Dunsparce? Oh, you can't. Okay. I was thinking, like, if they draw one card... Alright. I think this is it. We're gonna make it rain. So, I'm gonna go boss the Dunsparce and pass. So, boss the Dunsparce and just pass. They just got rid of their Iono. Even if they have a switch, can they have 6 energies? I don't think they can, right? They shouldn't have any energies left. They play 10, they have 3 superiors. Well, there's Iono. Second Iono. Second Iono. Coin bonus. Can they get a KO though? That's the real question. I mean, they might have like a retrieval or something. There's 4, they need 6. And they do. Dang, I tried. They did have the second Iono. Which is very unfortunate, because they did Pokestop quite a lot, right? If they hit any of the Ionos, or if they played Iono earlier, then I would have been fine, most likely. But yeah, not great. Losing this game. Heavily misplayed using that Pokestop before using my Archeops, but more importantly, drawing those 4 energies off of the Gift Energy. That was really unfortunate, but Lugia, pretty powerful still. Cinccino, a fantastic Pokemon. Don't know if Goldengo is going to be a good matchup or not. Goldengo probably not going to be the most represented deck at any upcoming post-rotation tournaments, EUIC, COPS challenges, whatnot. But it is still part of the metagame, so it is important to consider. So thank you so much for the support. Hope you're enjoying the post-rotation videos. More content coming your way, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.